Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to Create 30 Day 21. Oh my god. That's like somebody's age. Wow, welcome. We've made it so far. Do you know, every time I count a new day, I start to reminisce on how far we've come and how far this is a foundation for more greater things. So wow, today is going to be packed. Today is going to be packed. I already know it. And today we are going for an hour. We're going for 1 hour. And we're going to really talk. And I think we have some time to really talk about some of the challenges we might have as creators. And we're going to dive into videos that you and I have done. And we're going to criticize it. Now, just for some context, we started this process yesterday night, but we had challenges with the internet. So we are continuing today, and we are taking it 1 hour because we weren't able to do the whole thing yesterday. We weren't able to do everything we wanted to do. So fasten your seat belts and get ready to be roasted. But while you're at it, share the link, share the link, share the link. Hope you are sharing the link. Hmm. Thank you, Jesus. All right. I'm just trying to get the link across to some people. Share the link while you're at it. And how has it been? How has it been creating? I would like to see in the chat. How has it been creating? I know February was a milestone date for a couple of us. How has it been creating? Let me send it to create community. All right. Are we ready? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we'll get right into it. Just like I said before, today we're going to watch a couple of videos from us, members of the Create community, and we're going to critique it. I'm going to be critiquing from the standpoint of, like I said before, um, how I would have done it, and also from the standpoint of excellence, right? So even if I notice things that we are still striving for, definitely I'll point them out. I hope my camera is in focus, because I just hope it's in focus. Okay, I'm trying to send the link to some other people. So share the link while you're at it, and we'll get right into it right away. Have you shared the link on your status? All right, so let's get right into it. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen clearly? Can you see my nice wallpaper? Can you see my screen? All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. So, the first video we're going to watch is Janet's video. We're going to continue from where we stopped yesterday.
What's wrong? I've been having trouble praying. What's wrong?
I don't know how to feel about that first cut,
What's wrong? I've been having trouble praying.
but it's okay. It works, I guess. And yesterday, if you remember, I talked about the camera angle, right? So especially in skits, you have to, especially when you're acting as two people, you have to always put in mind that the two people are interacting with each other, not that the two people are interacting with the camera. Do you understand? So if I'm shooting a video where I'm interacting with somebody else, right? And the one person is looking inside, I can, on one shot I can be looking this way, and on the next shot I'm looking this way. This will give the viewer an idea that we're interacting with each other, right? So if I'm looking down at the first character, the second character should be looking up, right? So when you superimpose them, they have to work together.
Hmm? I don't feel God when I pray. You know?
See what I was saying? Right now, it looks, I would say it looks a bit awkward because you're staring straight into the camera, but you're talking to somebody apparently. Do you understand? So, yeah.
You can't feel God when you pray.
So, in situations like this, there's something that is beautiful that you can actually implement. There's something called cut or the L cut, the J cut or the L cut. And what the J cut or the L cut are is that, first of all, we'll start with the J cut, right? In the J cut, the audio from the next scene would enter, would come into, would you start hearing the audio from the next scene before the camera angle changes. Do you understand? Do you understand? And that's why it's called J cut. So let me show you something. Let me, okay, I need to, never mind. I don't
When I
open my
pray.
editor app now, but in the L cut is the opposite, right? The picture comes in first before the audio comes in. So what does that look like? That's simple, right? In this case, in the case of this skit, one way she would have cut it that would be very effective is either that if the other character had a good reaction to what she said, I don't feel God when I'm praying, and the other character has a reaction, like a facial reaction, that facial reaction can come even when this person is still talking. Do you understand? Before that person, the second character starts talking. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying. So in the J cut, let me draw so that would see, right? Where's my notes app? Okay, I'm going to draw to explain what I'm saying. All right, so look at what I'm saying. If this is your video, this is video one, video, then this is the audio. Yes, so this is for character one, right? And I'm going to change the color for character two, right? Now this, what I'm talking about is the editing timeline. No, so when you're editing, you can put a video on the timeline. You know how it looks now. This is CapCut. You have your, where you see the video, the preview, and I showed you the other day, and then you have your editing timeline. So this is what I'm showing you, right? So one way to layer it is by having the videos directly follow each other, audio, right? You have them directly following each other, right? Meaning when this person finishes talking, the next person will start talking immediately. So the J cut and L cut I'm showing you look something like this. Let me show you. If you have video one, the video, let me just draw it and I'll show you. This is what we call an L cut, right? And if you notice, this video one, is interrupted by video two while the audio one is still playing. Do you understand? So I don't want to enter my editing software now because we might take a lot of time there. But I want to show you the concept. And if you don't get it, let me know in the chat so that I can explain better, right? So the audio from video one keeps on playing. So imagine I'm talking like this, and the person I'm talking to now shows on camera. We see their response while I'm still talking. We see this in movies a lot, right? Where I'm saying, Jimmy, did you come from the backyard? I told you not to. And then you see Jimmy's reaction while the mother is still talking, for example, right? And then we now have video two playing. So before video, it finally switches to video two's audio, right? The reverse can be the case where we have a J cut, right? So you have, this is video one, and then this is video two. What happens in this? Okay, this is still an L cut, sorry. My bad. My bad. Right, so you have something like this. And then you have something like this. Yeah? So, I hope you understand what I'm doing. So in this case, if this video is still playing, right? The audio of the second clip will come in first before the video stops playing. Do you understand? So like in this case, we're watching this video. This is the transition point,
when
right?
I pray. You know, you can't feel God.
So this part where she says you can't feel God can come in, the audio alone can come in, start coming in when she's looking like this, right? Then it now cuts to her eventually. Do you understand? That's what I'm trying to say, right? So if I open this in CapCut, let me open it in CapCut and try and do what I'm saying so that you see what I'm talking about. Where is CapCut? Ah, okay, CapCut. So we'll go to that point of the transition and I'll show you how much more effective it actually is. Okay, so I'm going to cut here. Right? Here we cannot extract the audio. Right? Okay, first we need to do something.
You can't.
We need to cut to, okay, where she says you can't. Right. So delete this part. Then I'm going to extract the audio. Extract audio. Right. Then let's move this in a bit. Push. Is there a way to, okay, here's what we can do. I can use a marker. Is there a way to put a marker? Okay, add bit. So I come here. Notice what I'm doing. I'm putting a marker so that I can align it, right? So if you zoom in, can you see what? It's not very visible, but you can see yellow dots, right? I want to use that as a marker. So let me even create a marker here again. So I call them bits, right? Because this doesn't actually have markers. Look carefully, because what I'm doing is very nuanced. All right. So I'm going to cut from here. Make sure you cut at that line, right? I'm going to cut from here and then remove this part. What you see is that now the video has the audio, is no more aligned with the video. So you have to take that your second bit that you created. Where's your second bit? And take it to the junction. Do you understand? So watch what happens now. Watch what happens. Let's see that transition again. Let's see that transition again. All right.
Feel God when I pray. You know, you can't.
It didn't work the way I wanted it to. All right. So I think we need to cut further in. Let's do it again. Let's cut further order in. So add a bit here, add a bit here, cut here, remove it.
You know, you can't feel God when you pray. You know, I don't feel God when I pray. You know, you can't feel God when you pray. Okay, that's. I've been having trouble praying. I've been. What's wrong? I've been having.
Sorry about that. How long did you lose me for? How long did I? How long ago did you stop hearing me? How far back? What were we talking about? Hmm. Am I still live? All right. I'd like to know where, because I noticed my camera went off. So I'd like to know where you lost me so I can go back there if you're viewing. Okay. I'll just continue from where I stopped. So basically, you get the idea of a J cut. Yes? If we were to make, if we were to improve this, what I'll do is to create a bit just here so that you have time to breathe. Add a bit here and then take this to the second bit. Here.
Can't feel God when you pray.
Nope, that didn't work. So okay. So let's see.
Pray. Okay, that's an interesting statement.
Anyway, that's you get me. So I think one thing this person Janet can improve on is working on her cuts between characters and working on the interactions between the characters. Do you understand? So it should be realistic, meaning you should try to picture a real life situation, right, where these two characters are interacting, and make sure that looking down at the other one and the other one should be looking up. And we also see how we can improve on our cuts, right, with J and L cuts. Let me see if there's any other thing.
He's hearing you despite of how you feel. God is not a feeling. He made feelings, but he's not a feeling. You shouldn't rely on how you feel when you pray. You should pray in faith. Yeah? You get? I don't know. I feel like you should try it again, but this time, whether or not you feel him or you don't, you just pray and believe that he has heard you no matter what. Because he's always listening.
Okay, another thing I would say is I think there's a lot of noise, and I don't know how much that has to do with the options that she has. It's possible that she doesn't have any other option but to shoot in a noisy place. But in most cases, if possible, to the best of your ability, you want to reduce the amount of noise there is when you're shooting. If it means closing the windows to, just shut out some of that noise, because it sounded like cars, it sounded like traffic. If it means shutting down the windows, if it means let me see if there was echo.
Yeah? You get?
There isn't really echo, but it's mostly noise. So most times, if possible, try to avoid noise, try to reduce noise. I think there are very interesting things you can do to actually reduce noise. um if noise is coming from outside of your room, let's say from another part of the house, you might want to stuff under the door and on top of the door with maybe towels, and as much as possible, the more quiet the room is, the better for you. Like any um if you can reduce noise even by a little bit, it makes significant improvement to your videos. The lighting is okay. I feel like her camera dealt with the lighting a bit, right? In the sense that her face is well lit enough. But I think I would frame it just a bit better, in the sense that that left side, is it the left? Left, right? Left. Her right, my left. Right? This side. I might need to screenshot it and mark the screen so you see it. So this side, where's my pen? All right. So this side, let me use another color. This side of the screen, right, is a bit overexposed. It's just minor things, but it's a bit overexposed, which um let me tell you something about balance in filmmaking, right? Now, what I'm doing right now is just nitpicking, right? Honestly, this shot is a pass. It can pass, but I'm just nitpicking in case like you're looking for areas to improve, right? One thing about finding balance is that you want generally everything to be balanced along the center, right? Meaning that if something is drawing your attention to this side more, like light actually pulls your attention, because bright things pull your attention. It's like if you're walking in the night and you see a headlamp, you're going to turn immediately, right? So once you have something brighter at this side pulling your attention, you might want to offset it. And she kind of does, because she's wearing red and it offsets. It's actually balanced. It's actually balanced. But um considering the fact that the main subject in this case is her face and her expressions, I would have suggested that she herself stays more centralized, right? That means she'll tilt the camera a bit more, that she's centralized, and that would also get rid of most of this overexposure. You understand? So a more centralized shot might work, except if she was trying to use this to make emphasis for the interaction between the two characters. You understand? So a way she would have done that is, let me show you. If, right, she stayed like this, right, and she was looking this way, right? On the other hand, where is, how do I go back to CapCut now? Was it okay, it was here. On the other hand, this character, let me screenshot and go and take notes. So remember, the first character was sitting somewhere here, right? I mean, based on the frame, right? Sitting somewhere here, based on the frame, and looking this way, right? So on the other hand, this character can now stay on this side, which is, she already is a bit on this side, and look. No, she would stay on this side of the frame and look this way. You understand? Just to, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If the seat is here, let me know if you get what I'm saying, because it sounds like I'm being confusing. But you can use offsetting to actually show interaction between two characters, right? Like if, for example, frame one, I'm sitting like this, and I'm like, Joseph, you did not put the beans on fire, and I told you to. And Joseph is meant to answer, right? Since I'm looking this way, in the next shot, you'd want this person to be, you want, to position it so that this person is on a bit lower platform, and the person is looking this way, right? Like he was talking to that guy, right? Something like this, right? So you want to shoot it from a direction that it looks like it's interacting with the first guy. And then he's like, I put it on fire, what do you mean? And then the other guy is like, sorry, one second. I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't put it on fire. Do you understand? So you're just using framing to create the interaction. That's another thing I'll add. Just a subtle thing, but yeah, it can actually make a lot of impact. So yeah, back to the video. Let's see. I think I'm done with that video pretty much. It's just her framing, interaction with the characters, and her cuts, right? That's my major criticism. So let's watch another video.
He himself has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you.
Okay. Generally, this is a very simple video, very simple concept, and very straightforward. The verse on the screen and the person saying the verse, right? And I think, it's meant to encourage and spur whoever the listener is. My main critiques, I'll just get right to my critiques for this video. I think I always have issues with, not I always have issues, but I think we can do better with our typography. We can always do better with our typography. And when I say typography, I mean our fonts, right? I mean the use of fonts. So obviously, I'm talking about this, but let me show you in case you don't know. Let me screenshot it and circle it in case you're not clear on what I'm talking about. Where's the screenshot? Okay. So typography is, obviously, I think you know what it is, but typography is text on screen, right? This. So what's my main critique about the typography? Um, first of all, ew, back. First of all, the font choice. I would say for this kind of videos, one of the font styles that works the most are aesthetic fonts. And aesthetic is a very broad, vague word. I don't know why my dog is always barking at this time. Hey, this dog has stressed my life so much. Not my life, my life. Hi. But yeah. By the way, the dog's name is Brave. It's not very brave. It's a scaredy cat. Anyway, as I was saying, sorry, give me a second, please. Yeah, I'm back. My dog is a pretty obedient dog, Sha. You guys should. Exactly. Brave at work. He's a pretty obedient dog. I told him to keep quiet and he actually kept quiet. So that's a plus. That's interesting. So typography. I think as creators we can do better. Me personally, I can do better. We can all do better with our typography, right? And I don't think I can show any content from TikTok because I have some samples, but I think I don't have copyrights, to I don't want to get copyright strike, so I can't show any content from TikTok. But I think Pinterest is a very open space, so I can see if I can find. By the way, have a board. Like, see, I have a board called Filmmaking Inspiration, right? But yeah, that's just by the way. Let's aesthetic aesthetic fonts, right? So I'm going to show you how to get fonts that actually work, right? Fonts that work, yeah. Let me add. So these are Canva font pairings. Many fonts on Canva are actually free. So anywhere you see Canva font pairings, they are usually free, right? So you can get them, right? So let's just look through these fonts. Um, anyway, you just pick one that works. I think for this case, a serif font can work. A serif font is the one that has flourishes like this, like has edges. Do you understand? So, but if you see a font you like, just call out the name and we can work with it, right? So I would say for this video, I would want to go with something slim, like moonshine, right? So let's see if we can get moonshine. So you just simply come to your search, moonshine fonts. I wrote moonshine fonts, free download, right? And it's actually free and it's available, so you can get the font, right? So, that's not the moonshine I saw. That's not the moonshine I saw. But since I'm showing you, but let's see another font I like. Is there any font that comes to mind straight up? Let's find another one. That's not the moonshine I found. Let me look for another one. Let's use this beautiful, right? Silver Garden. That's the name. Silver Garden. Silver Garden free font download. Is it free? Seems free. Let's see. So a lot of fonts are actually paid. Silver Garden is a cool font actually, and it's free. So yeah, got Silver Garden. Download. Content is ready. Okay. Some of these sites just have random ads. Download. Yeah. So now once you download the font, that's fine. Am I meant to extract it? Yes, I am. Push. Where am I download? Downloads. No. Anyway, you can go to your file. Okay, is it extract? So once you extract it, right, you can now come to CapCut. Where's CapCut? Basically, all I'm saying is that always think about your fonts, right? Always try to improve your fonts. Always try to get the best of the best. Always get fonts inspirations, right? Don't rely on the fonts that just come in the app. They're usually very ugly. Do you understand? So that's my point in doing all this journey. And I feel like if if I show you how to download fonts, then it can be helpful because many people might not know. So yeah, how to find and download fonts. So I usually find fonts on Pinterest or on where I started again. So obviously there's already text here, but let's say I wanted to add text, right? Hebrews 5:14. Can't remember the verse, but let's write that. I beg now. So when you go to fonts, you can now add your font, right? Can you see add font? Then that's where you go to where you save that font, right? So obviously to be in downloads, Silver Garden font. There's bold, there's the Silver Garden OTF. So you can just, so now that's select the Silver Garden, right? So in my opinion, it looks a lot better. Don't you think so? It looks a lot better, right? And I don't even need to put that white highlight around it. Do you understand? So, and usually the font has to match the vibe. This is a very aesthetic, peaceful video. So that typing effect was cool in some cases, but in this video, I don't know if I would go for that, right? I'll go for something that is more fading. You understand? So that's the kind of animation I would go for. So also think about the context of your video when you're choosing animations, right? Um, so I'd go for something. Many of these are just quite playful. I'm looking for some. Yeah, a fading could work, but I think there's a fading that has, I think it's type 2. Yeah, yeah, it's a type, but it's not really. Do you understand? So we start the video with this. Obviously, our font is already there. I can't remove it, but you get the point, right? Now, this font is nice. Then another thing to do is add music, because music would have really helped this video, right? I believe so.
He himself has
To just give it that vibe, that peaceful, I love Jesus vibe, right? That peaceful Jesus loves me vibe, right? So you just find song that fits that, right? And CapCut actually has a good selection of songs in case you don't have any other place to get songs from. CapCut has a good selection of songs. So when you come to sounds, you can actually search for, you can, first of all, you have categories. So that kind of vibe can be actually in travel, right? Because travel can, no, not travel, vlog. Because vlog can be peaceful, right? In some sense, right? And I'm already seeing some examples. Calm, inspirational background. Let's hear it. No, that's too corporate. So, I don't know if you can search here. Blue Sky sounds like a name that would be. Blue Sky should load. Not really, not really the vibe. But yeah, take your time to find a song that works. If you can just search for the vibe and see if you can find. I don't know how the search works. I know you. Sorry about that. I don't know. Technical problems shall not disgrace me. But yeah, um, yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right. Um, so that's basically it. I think that one worked. I've forgotten how it sounded because I was distracted by. It could work. I mean, it depends on the vibe you're going for. Do you get? So that would really improve the quality of the music, the quality of the video, right? So
he himself
so once you start talking, you always want to reduce the volume of the video, right? And you can actually set keyframes. Let me show you something that you don't know. If you want to reduce the volume gradually, you don't have to like cut the clip and then one is Janet, take notes because I noticed this in your videos, right? If you're like transitioning from where the music is low to where the music increases volume, you do not need to cut it at that point and then one is high and one is low. It's a hard transition and it doesn't work many times. What you can do is come to right before you want to make the change. Can you see this diamond at the bottom right of the preview panel? This diamond with plus, right? I wish there was a way to point at my screen, but yeah, just look at the play button, then look to the right. You see the diamond, right? Click on it. That adds a keyframe. What a keyframe tells you is that at that point, what a keyframe tells you is that at the point you have chosen, the the properties should remain at that point, right? Then you go to where you need it to change, where she starts talking, right? And then you reduce. This forms another keyframe, meaning that it moves gradually from here to here. So now check this audio if it is if the volume is okay.
He himself has said,
I feel like it's still too loud because, or I feel like I still need to increase the volume of the main audio, but I'll leave it just like this. Another thing you can do is click on that keyframe. It should be a way to. Hmm, okay, I don't think it is. I don't think they have put it in the mobile app yet. But yeah, that works. Now I want to increase the general volume of this one. So yeah, because of time, I'll just leave that alone. So
He himself has said, I will never leave.
so you get the point, right? The video seems more, you're more, you feel more, and you pass the message across more effectively. Another thing I want to talk about quickly is the eye contact, right?
I will never leave you.
I don't know if there are two reasons why your eye contact might be like this, right? In what I'm guessing is either that you're reading the passage from a book or another source, or you're trying to do like I'm thinking vibes. Do you understand? Like looking and thinking, and like how I think there's somebody called um is it Spark, what was that woman's name? Poetic Sparkle, right? And I think she used to look off camera. I think even um this guy, King, no, what's his name? It's another creator that looks off camera, right? They don't look directly at camera. But to give the impression that, oh, we are lost in thought, and it's like a lot of people that do poems or things like that like to do that, right? Yesterday, he came knocking, but I said no. But okay, so what I'm saying is that if you want to pull off that look, generally when people think, they kind of not look just off camera, but they look slightly upward, right? It's like thinking. Do you understand? Lost in thought, that kind of vibe. I don't know, but I feel like if that's what you're going for, just looking slightly upward might have helped the eye contact a bit more. Another thing is if you are reading from the book, I think the verse is short enough for you to memorize. So for this one, taking the hit and memorizing would have been a better bet because it slightly looks awkward, just slightly, right? Yeah, that's all my critique for this video. It's fine, the lighting is fine, picture looks kind of sharp actually. Yeah, it's balanced. So yeah, well done on that one. And let's move to the next video. I've critiqued this one, this one interesting. Let's critique this one as well quickly.
Hey, what's up? What's going on in your mind?
Nothing much.
Okay. I'm just thinking how the
Right off the top of my head, I don't know if you had any other options. Having a stable shot would have been better for us connecting to the story, right? There are times where you handheld shots are okay, right? But in this case, it is we want to connect straight to the character rather than being distracted by that camera movement. So if you had an option, I would say you would have gone for a more stable, maybe keeping the phone on the platform. But it's possible you didn't have an option. So I'm just saying that in general. Yeah.
free makes us free. Now you said,
Another thing, the font choice, right? But we have spoken about that a lot. So let's work on our fonts.
yeah, I'm just thinking of how large a meal that can feed 5,000 people.
Okay. Well, actually, thinking about that, it will just take 5 loaves of bread and
Hmm.
2 fishes. And there'll still be remainder. Yes, there'll still be remainder. Like 12 baskets remaining. Word has
Interesting. Interesting. I would like to watch it again because I kind of like didn't get the broad overview.
Hey, what's up? What's going on in your mind?
nothing much.
Okay.
I'm just thinking how the three makes us free.
Now you sabi. Yeah, I'm just thinking of how large a meal that can feed 5,000 people.
Okay. Well, actually, thinking about that, it will just take 5 loaves of bread and
Hmm.
2 fishes. And there'll still be remainder. Yes, there'll still be remainder. Like 12 baskets remaining. Word has
Okay, I think it's something that I've critiqued this video before to Juliet, and I think one thing I mentioned is that there was a point where she kind of cut off the other person talking, and apparently the reason was because she recorded this scene first, and then she was trying to fit the dialogue into the breaks that she gave in the scene because she kind of like imagined, oh, this is how long it would take for the second character to say this, right? But one thing, if you're doing one of the, it's easier to, how do I put it? It's easier to record if you're doing a setup like this where one character is off screen, right? That means the character doesn't have screen time. It's easier to record the audio of that character first and then react on camera to what that person is saying, right? That, number one, it gives you real time reactions. And number two, you don't run into this kind of problem where you don't have enough time, you know, by just imagining, you don't have enough time to place the audio from the other character. You understand? So you would want to, that's, pre-production stuff. And generally it's okay, it's a very simple concept, and personally I love simple concepts. And well, I think a lot of times when we're very simple we can be effective, right? There are times where we can go all out and push our creativity beyond the limits, but many times there's room for simplicity to pass our messages across. I don't have much critique for this. It's an okay video. I think she's trying to, it's a very unique thing she's doing, and I can't say much about it because I think she's trying to craft something of her own. So from a technical standpoint, there isn't much to say, but from her, getting better at delivering this message or her style, I think it just takes practice and her doing it over and over again. Over time, she would start seeing that. She'd look at this video and be like, oh, there's definitely a better way to do it. But I can't say much. It's her thing. So yeah, cheers to Juliet. And yeah, we have run out of time. So one more thing, I gave someone this my video to edit. This was the video we started when we started the editing series. This was the video I started with, and I gave someone to edit, and I'm going to critique their editing, right? So that's what we're going to dive into, right? So it's my video, but yeah, somebody else's edit. So let's topic, right? Let's watch it from the top.
Why does your profile look like that?
Let's fix it. Let's start with your profile picture. First of all, you want an image that is sharp and that shows your personality, and then you can add some creativity. There you go. I'm guessing you know how to change your profile pic, right? Right? Come on, you've got to be kidding me. So for TikTok, you just hit edit profile, bam, and then you go to change photo, bam, select from gallery, bam, select your image, bam. That's it. Instagram is pretty much the same, honestly. Edit profile, bam, picture, bam, select from gallery, bam, bam. And then for YouTube, the pencil icon, bam, picture, bam, bam. You really thought you were done? The backbone of your profile is your bio. So let's work on that. So here is my bio formula. You start with who you are, then what you do, then what you want the viewer to do. So here is an example. I'm a media catalyst and a filmmaker. That's who I am. I'm building a tribe that's changing the world through media. That's what I do. And I want you to join us. So yes, join us.
I'm Isaac the Creator, and I'm building a tribe of people who are changing the world through media. Join us and stay creative.
All right, so first of all, I'll talk about the pacing, right? That's where I have the biggest issue with this video, is the pacing, right?
Sharp, and that shows your personality. And then
Here's what I would say. We'd have to go through it frame by frame, hopefully. But let's see. The first thing I saw about the pacing was in this transition.
then you can add some creativity. There you go.
I'm guessing you know how to change.
I think it might be overkill, but I think there's a, let me see.
I'm guessing you know how to change your profile pic, right?
There you go.
I think what I would have done here is that immediately I say there you go, like when that sentence ends, I would have cut straight to the other person. You understand? Like I would have got straight to the other shot, because that moment of pausing, this video is kind of meant to be like a very quick tutorial, right? So the pacing is really important. In your head, you kind of need to have like a metronome. I think that's the word, right? That goes like to so things need to be moving. And if you notice, like even the way it was shot, right, it's like things need to be moving, right? So once you're done with something, before you even finish digesting, you're on to the next, right? So there was just a moment, that you left to breathe in this, right after I said some creativity, that it really threw me off balance in terms of pacing, right?
Creativity. There you go.
I'm guessing you know.
But I think I'm over analyzing that. But yeah, it gets, will I say it gets worse? Here. See.
Come on, you've got to be kidding me.
So for TikTok,
So you've got to be kidding me. There was a whole breath. And in my opinion, right, if I was being creative, not if I was being creative, if I was the one editing it, what I'll even do is that once I say got, I'm already on to the next shot. You've got, then I can complete it, but as an L cut, meaning the audio continues underneath, but I'm already on to the next shot, right? Another thing, in this shot, obviously it was a screen record, right? And because it's a screen record, it's not exactly the dimensions of your video anymore, because you have this top bar that shows the time and date, and you have this bottom bar. So just a simple, expand so that it feels the actual screen. That's in your editing platform, would have done, justice. And in my gallery, I see this screen records as sharp. I don't know why the quality is low, because when I screen recorded it, let me find it. Right, this is screen recording. It looks pretty sharp to me, right? Abby, is it my eye? It looks pretty sharp to me. So I don't know what went on with the quality there, but I think, yeah, there's something off about that as well. So you need to fix that. And one thing in CapCut there is upscaling images, right? So even if something is not sharp enough, you can actually upscale it. Where is that option? So video quality, then you can image quality, allow, so you can upscale it, right? So if you have something that's sharp, you actually upscale it in CapCut, right? Just so you just maintain that sharp. So sharpness is important. My water tank is pouring. I feel like I need to go turn it off. Give me a second. Sorry. So yeah, think about the sharpness. If it's not sharp enough, ask yourself why. Is it the way it was sent? Why actually is it not sharp? So you need to figure that out. Then another thing I would say, just stay somewhere. All right. What's the button? Right. Another thing I'd say is still on the pacing, right? I feel like, especially in this first shot, let's listen to it. Let's listen to it.
Select from gallery, bam. TikTok.
Come on, you've got to be kidding me.
So for TikTok, you just hit edit profile, bam. And then you go to change photo.
Like you would want to cut out most of these pauses. Do you understand? Because it's meant to be so hit on this icon, edit, so if in my delivery I paused, like I didn't give it that monotone vibe, which I was trying my best to, you would want to still cut it in order to do that, right? So like it's like every tick something is happening, right? I'm saying something, I'm doing something, right?
Bam. Select from gallery.
See, there was a small pause before I said select from gallery, right? And you won't want your caption in this case to block what's on screen, because that's the main thing I'm showing you. Do you get? So in cases where your caption would block something essential on screen, it's better you don't have a caption there, right? So you can just select on that particular caption and delete it.
Bam. Select your image. Bam.
You see, all this time I'm using to find the image. You just need to cut, or let it just be moving.
That's it.
See, that's it. Pause. Then
Instagram is pretty much.
I'm not a fan of that transition, Sha. That spinning transition. I think instead of using all these spinning transitions, a very effective thing to do, very simple and effective thing to do, let's go to CapCut. If you want to transition, is by using film burns and clicks, right? It's very demure, very aesthetic. Let me show you how to do it. So you just go to, when you cut a video or you have videos, two videos together, you go to transition, right? Go to light effects, right? And then where is it? You can click on glare, any of the glares, glare 1 or glare 2, right? Any of them. So that's the light effect. And then you just go to that transition, go to sound. Where do you even get sound effects again? I've forgotten. No, sound effects is different. So you go to sound effects, and then I think where's sound effects again? What happened? Okay, sound effects, film burn. So I think when I searched for film burn, it was like, where's that sound I used the other day? So I can use like a paper. It sounds like almost like a paper effect. Film burn actually sounds like almost like a paper effect. So let's find it. Let's see if that works. It's taking a moment to load. That actually works, right? In my opinion, that actually works. So just that. Did you notice that? Very subtle, very demure. Sure. Let me see it. So let me quiet this down so that you hear it. You hear it gone. Where's the volume? Let's take this volume to 0. Let's take this volume to 0. And let's go to that transition. I find it more appealing than most of these inbuilt transitions, right? I mean, they're cool, but sometimes they're like a bit too playful. And it's not, this video is still playful, but not playful in that sense of like, ooh, that kind of thing. Do you get? So I wouldn't go for transitions like this. I'll go for.
Why does your profile?
So yeah, any other thing. So like I talked about pacing, right? Just look through pacing and see where. So another thing, see another thing that looks awesome, right?
And then for YouTube, the pencil icon, bam, picture, bam, bam. You really thought you were done? Picture, bam, bam. You really thought you were bam?
So yeah, you know, I already said bam, the last bam. You should just transition straight to the other guy, right?
Bam. You really thought you were done?
I don't know if I'm feeling this acting anymore, but yeah.
The backbone of your profile is your bio, so let's work on that.
So here is my bio formula. You start with who you are.
In this case, right, what you're writing in the caption is also what is already on the screen as text. So the caption won't be necessary for the whole of this part, right? Because you have it on screen, so you don't want to really confuse the person.
Then what you do, then what you want the viewer to do. So here's an example. I'm a media catalyst and a filmmaker. That's who I am. I'm building a tribe that's changing the world through media. That's what I do.
So sound effects can really sell this, right? Because no, that's who I am. As I am playing or something, just a sound effect that can sell it. That's basically it. That's basically my critique for this video. Every other thing works. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with me for this 1 hour and 4 minutes. I hope you learned a lot. For me, it was fun. It was interesting, and I hope everybody that watches this, learns a lot and picks up 1 or 2 things. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Have a wonderful night. If you have any questions, of course, drop it on the Create community channel. If you don't know how to get there, click the link that is pinned right now, or if you're watching the replay, the link in the description. Have a wonderful night and see you tomorrow.
How was today's session? I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comment section. Now, to ensure that you put everything you learned in practice, we are building a community of creators just like me and you that come together to keep each other accountable, to share ideas, and to grow together. The name of this community is called Create Community. To be a part of this community is simple and it's free. All you have to do is click the link pinned in the live chat or the link in the description. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow. Bye.